Now, what I'd like to do is just to document this beautiful day together. First of all, give me your name and what exactly brought you to this today.
What brought me here today?
What brought you here today?
So what brought me here today is my father-in-law. We're here to celebrate.
Celebrate?
Rodgers. Yeah, celebrate his life.
Celebrate his life.
Yep.
And your name is?
Lloyd Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm his daughter-in-law, married to Dennis.
Okay, now, who is your husband here?
My husband is Dennis Rodgers.
Dennis Rogers. Is he here today?
Sitting right next to me.
Sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
Now, Dennis, and we've all had to be careful touching you because you're under the weather or something, and so we're going to be careful about that. But we also realize that, you know, if God wants us to get something, we're going to get it either way. So
He wanted it.
he wanted it. Having had that same thing, which I think it might be 3 times, and about died from it once in the Fort Thomas Hospital, I can tell you that I don't want it again, but I understand.
Yes.
So it's nice to meet you and nice to be here with you.
Thank you.
And coming over here now, ma'am, I saw you up there speaking today,
I was.
and you did a beautiful job, I must say.
Thank you.
And you are a good speaker. And now tell me your name.
Deb Sheldon.
And you were here to speak on behalf of your friend, Lloyd Rogers, right?
That's right.
Well, praise the Lord for that. And you live in this area in northern Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you all live
San Diego.
San Diego. I saw pictures from that Lloyd had.
Yes.
And I admired that because I thought, boy, it's a beautiful place. Having been out there in California on one of my travel trips, I went through 24 states and sang in all of them, hiked down inside the Grand Canyon, got pictures of all that, traveling through about 24 different states, but a beautiful, from California all the way from Los Angeles to Seattle. And I traveled all of that and loved doing it. And I had my wife out there several times. You'll see some pictures probably of my wife from Campbell County on the videos. Because if there's not on there, I'll take you on, make sure she is on there. She's the smartest move I ever made. And a Campbell County girl. Nice to be here with you, and sitting next to you is
Becky Hamilton,
Becky Hamilton. And what brought you here?
tribute to Lloyd's life.
Tribute to Lloyd and his life.
Political life and Christian life. He was a pew partner of mine at our church. Mine and my husband. My husband, Phil Hamilton, was friends with Lloyd for many years. And I got to share his friendship after I married Phil. And we enjoyed in church with Lloyd.
Wonderful. And now, did you go to the church that we was at today?
Yes.
Well, that young minister was very good, wasn't he?
Well, he's one of the ministers in our church. Our regular minister couldn't be here today, so the festival filled in for him.
But he did a good job,
Did a
didn't
very good job, yes.
he? Yeah, I was talking to him afterwards there.
And we were very thrilled, happy with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, who do we have here? Young lady.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who do
Hello.
we tell
I'm
her?
Kathy Stewart. I'm Laurie's sister.
And what brought you to this today?
We're here to support Dennis and Laurie and Kevin and them as they say goodbye to Lloyd.
And say goodbye to Lloyd.
Of course it is.
Fantastic. And this young lady that's beside you,
My niece.
I'm her niece. I'm Laurie's niece.
is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Sam.
And where do you live?
I live in Morrow, Ohio.
In Morrow, Ohio. Okay. And now, where do you go to school?
She's older than that.
You're actually how old?
I'm 30.
30. Boy, I'd have never guessed it. I would have guessed you was about a sophomore in college someplace.
I'm a dietitian at Kettering Health.
Oh, I need to see you.
I've got 2 kids.
Well, in all seriousness, last night before I came over, my wife was worried about me coming because I've been battling with, since Christmas is here, I've been eating far more sweets than I should.
Oh yeah, we all have it.
And what is it when people look at me, they think he needs food? You know, in high school, I only weighed 155 pounds, and I was the fastest track runner in the high school. 100, 220, and 440, and could dunk a basketball. Even went to UK and ran track there for a year. But then something happened. and I kept eating and not doing the exercises. Now I run for food. That's right. But dietitian, and you do a great job, I'm sure. Now you do this commercially or in the hospitals? Well, that's wonderful. Well, my wife was a hospice social worker for Cincinnati Hospice, and she was also a social worker for the hospital at Good Sam, and then she was the first AIDS social worker for the Northern Kentucky Health District. So she's got quite a career there, and believe it or not, I was a rehabilitation counselor for the State Department of Education, one of my first jobs other than teaching. And I enjoyed being a rehabilitation counselor, was able to get a lot of handicapped people located with jobs in Kroger's and in Frisch's. So when you go out and you see somebody working at Kroger's and Frisch's, I started that many years ago, back in the 70s, when Dave Frisch was alive, and when a fellow by the name of Paul Gibson was vice president of Kroger's. And I emceed the Special Olympics for 40 straight years. So I have a great career there helping handicapped people, and would love to do so. And you're doing that with what you're doing. You're helping people. You really do. Now, is this your husband or boyfriend? Is this your younger brother? Okay. A younger brother? What's your name?
Spencer.
Spencer?
Yeah.
Well, you're as handsome as she is pretty. And I can say
Well,
that.
must not be very handsome.
Now you're in trouble. And now, and who do we have on this? What do you do, Spencer?
I'm finishing up school right now.
At NKU. How wonderful! Well, I was president of the student body there in 1968 and 69, and when it was Northern Community College of the University of Kentucky.
Yeah.
And then we got, thanks to Art Schmidt from Campbell County, and Phil King, and Louis Nunn, who was governor at the time, we got the first authorization for the four-year college to start. And that was
Worked at NKU for 36 years.
well, you know what I'm talking about, then. And Dr. Steele was the first president.
Yes, I recognize the names Louis Nunn and Steele because we got the Steele Library. And
Right.
Nunn Drive. Is where college is.
Right? Well, God bless you all. Now this lady down here, is this mom?
What?
Or you
I'm
mom?
mom. I'm mom of those two.
You're mom of those two.
I'm Lisa. I'm Laurie's sister. Dennis's sister-in-law.
Okay. Well, now you're beautiful, so I see where they got their looks, both of them.
I'll take it.
Well, it's the truth, you know. I learned a long time ago from my mother, who played piano in the church. Johnny, do not lie. Tell the truth. I got a diet Mountain Dew, diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, we got plates down there.
Now, so your name is,
Lisa.
and beside you is,
And that's Laurie, my sister.
that's Laurie. And have I got you?
I'm Steve Gavin. I'm Laurie's brother,
You're Laurie's brother.
and I was a political ally of Lloyd's.
Is that right? Well, fantastic. Well, I tell you what, we need those political allies. One thing I loved about Rodgers, Judge Rodgers, I call him, because I showed great respect for him. He was the hardest working one person as an individual, and he brought issues to you that really meant something. It really did.
Passionate about it.
Huh?
He was passionate about it.
Yep, passionate about it. And I love that myself.
Didn't like our couldn't hold him down.
You could not, and that's right. And he was always giving honest advice, told you what he thought. I love that myself.
He might not stop telling you, but
Right,
keep telling
right.
you.
He did tell you. Well, he impressed me all the time.
Nobody wants him down. Me too.
I had, when I worked for Congressman Breckenridge, of course, I answered all of those things all across northern Kentucky. And he was very there in our office talking to me quite often about issues. Not for himself, but for others. I really respected that.
And he wrote the RAINS Act.
That's right.
That's huge.
That's absolute.
Total common sense.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we got everybody down through that territory. Now, who do we got up here we haven't got on there yet? Who's this beautiful lady here next?
Shirley, you're up. That went on YouTube.
Now, I can say you're strikingly beautiful. You are? Now, what's your full name? Shirley?
Boy, F-O-Y.
Boy, O-Y, okay. And who's beside you down there? Across from you over here is...
It's probably Tartar's house.
I think it's a girl with the only, actually. This is George Floyd. This is my mom's younger brother.
Is that right?
Yeah, he grew up in the orphanage with my mom and dad and all.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
He married Shirley.
Now, who are the people down at the end?
That's Paul Popovich.
Okay.
And he worked with my father when he was county judge executive.
I was his county executive.
Yeah,
Paul Popovich.
but you worked on the other campaign to begin with.
Well, that's the most interesting thing. I was the campaign manager for his opponent, Judge Rodgers' wife. I was on TV a lot because his opponent was a mobster, really. And I got forced to take that job because it was either take that job or leave my office with the county clerk. So when I was on TV saying you got to run with dignity and integrity, you can't be doing what you're doing, talking about my own. Mrs. Lloyd's wife, he said that man's got to be your county executive if you win.
If my dad would have listened to my mom more often, he would have been senator now.
So I got a visit one day from intermediary, and they said Judge Rodgers wants you to be his county executive. Well, I was the manager of your opponent. He said, my wife says you're the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's kind
Well,
of sweet.
fantastic. Well, that is good government.
Well, and I was always loyal to him. We fought together, did some amazing things. When you hear about the Reigns Act, it all got started with him and I working on with EPA.
Oh, fantastic.
EPA.
Right.
And who's the young lady down at the end there?
My wife,
Well, and your name is?
Rita Popovich.
Well, God bless you very much, and nice to meet you. And then, speaking of Campbell County, my wife is a Guyman. She's one of 9.
Oh, yeah.
Related to the guy.
My wife is she's a daughter of Andy Guyman, the home builder.
Yeah.
Do you know that I'm related to the guy?
Oh, yes, I do know that. And the Guymans had 13 in the original family, 13 or 14. And I got the street named over there, Johns Hill Road. I got that named the Guyman Connector Farm when I was Secretary of Transportation.
Oh.
And I always went to the golf outing for the Jimmy Guyman, and we got the billboards all across the state put up by the state saying "Buckle up for Jimmy Guyman" when he lost his life there on the road. So that's a little bit of history that I played in for the Guymans, and I love them all.
I live in a house, my father's house, built by the guy.
Built by the Guymans.
Yeah.
Well, they built all that Madonna Estates, and
Except for our house.
except for your house.
We're the only ones. We built it ourselves.
Oh, you were wonderful.
Number 2 Madonna.
Number 2 Madonna. Well, fantastic. Well, nice to be here with you all, and nice to have supper with you, or whatever this is, and I'll get to tell my wife all about it, and like I said, she's the smartest move I ever made. And you'll see her on Facebook and YouTube with my posts. She's not on herself. She's never been on herself, but she sends me scriptures every day to post. She sends me scriptures every day to post.
Excuse me, does everybody have your drink that you ordered? Or has a drink? Does
I'll shut
everybody-
this down now and behave
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
I'll take my wife.
To Lloyd, we love him, we miss him, and he did help change the world.
Yes, he did.
He did. That's for sure.
Amen. Red, yellow, brown, black, or white, we're all precious in Jesus' sight.
Very good.
We're all Americans.
Right.
I like blue moon, kind of like that.
June knows me. Popovich. Anyway, it was Matilda. Was my step-grandmother. She was one of the sisters. And Josephine married the Blairs from Canada. He was an entrepreneur. So yes, my mother's side was part of S13. The Kellers is now a very big family. Kellers and the Guy, when you combine them together, they're very dominant.
I always told everybody when I married June, they had that family reunion.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They were out there at the Knights of Columbus.
Knights of Columbus, yeah.
And I said, my goodness gracious sakes alive, I married 1,000 voters.
Well,
or better.
And they're connected to the Kellers.
That's
you
right.
Combine those two together. Now you know what I did for that whatever you want to call it. What was that called? It was like a family reunion.
Yes,
So what I did is I designed T-shirts.
Oh, wonderful.
So I had Popovich on the front, Popovich family on the front. On the back, I had a, what do you call it, chart? What do you call those charts? Pardon? Where do you show your heritage?
Yeah.
What do you call those? Family
reunion or family reunion?
No, I had a design showing the 13.
Oh, yes, where they went. Okay, yes.
I don't know what those charts are called. I forget. But on the back of my, so when people would say, so how are you related? I would turn my back.
So there we are.
Figure it out.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, what do you call those organization charts? You know, when you have the family history and you show who married who and then they married who.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get it.
But I did a T-shirt like that. Someday I'll show you.
That is fabulous. God bless you.
So hello, June.
Say hi to June.
Paul
Popovich. And I said, every time you turn a rock over in Campbell County, you find another Guyman diamond.
Well, it's either a Geller or a
diamond. That's right. God bless you.
And old Jim. Remember old Jim?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Irvin?
Yep.
And help me out with some of the other
Paul and Bill Guyman and Hans. That was June's father, Hans. And Andy Guyman. And then
Sissy is still going.
Yeah.
Sissy.
Well,
someday we'll get together.
We'll get together. That's right.
Say hello.
I'll tell her hello for you.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, that would
I grew up a lot of my life on Sunset Drive in Highland. Now, in those days, it was a gravel road, so I'll describe where it is so you understand the road.
Yeah.
You know where 471 dumps into 27?
Yeah.
That light right there? If you look to the right, that's Sunset Drive. That used to be a gravel road, and at the end, there were two farmers named Schultites, and they each had 365-acre farms. So they interchange where 471 and 275, that's the farms and all that. NKU had not started yet. There was nothing there, zero. The guy who lived at NKU was John Garman. I was a little kid. He was a friend, so I'd hike through the trails in the woods, and we'd build forts and all that. And so when they built Louis B. Nunn Drive, you know, at this time we're old enough, we got go-karts, so maybe 12. And we thought, well, we'll pull all the stakes up and stop this from going in. So we pulled all the stakes up. And but it didn't work. And there was a fox farm back in there. And when I was a real little kid, that guy died. So somebody went in and released all the fox in the woods. So those woods are full of fox back in there. And that fox farm is where the president's house is, Steele. He was the original, I think.
Steele?
Yeah, that house used to be the fox farm. That's where it was located. Yeah, so I was a little kid, I played in those woods and everything. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy, but real.
Yeah. And then where 471 came into 27, there was a general store there, and then next door was Huey's Bar and Grill. Across the street was Tressler Comet Gas, remember that? And then Highland Motel was there.
Can I get a side of ranch with it too?
Sure, you want regular fries and cake fries?
We have one him because he's done this so many times.
I'll take the same
Back
thing.
and forth, you had a sensor on your car, blood sugar, and
No, he didn't.
What are you guys getting?
it was online, and so I don't know.
You like the onion part of the
so much that I didn't know.
Just a normal.
And I was like,
What do you have, sir? Thank you.
Well, what are you guys getting?
I've got a club sandwich. Get whatever you want.
Their ribs pretty good.
They have ribs on sale. Everything here is
It's
pretty
just we're
good.
wearing suits. We don't want to get them messy.
Okay.
Although I have to say,
I'll take the. What do you have in the way of fish? Anything?
I have fish and chips, blonde fish and chips.
We got salmon too.
Haddock, I believe.
Okay, I'll take the fish and chips.
Do you want regular fries, potato fries?
Do you have sweet potato fries?
Sweet potato.
Yes, I'll take that.
Do you like caramel?
What's that?
Do you like caramel?
Yeah.
I'll give you a side of caramel with the dip in, okay?
Okay, good.
Very messy day.
All right. For you, sir?
It's not like a soup thing. Besides, I got a gift certificate to Ribs King. I might go tomorrow. Yeah. And we got a guy, he copied, his name's Phil, I know him. He's a political activist in San Diego, and he copied the Montgomery Ribs King recipe. Yeah, he told me, and he tweaked it a little bit. He's bigger than Ribs King now. He's like 3 times the size. He's gigantic. So he made like well over $100 million in San Diego.
no, I know. And you know how I know? Because that was really good. That would be my dad.
Well, probably the original. We like the
I don't like
original.
this.
She grew up right next to it.
I knew when he was sick.
And that's her sister you're sitting next to.
But yeah, but you know, I have to go like this. And now I gotta lose a couple pounds. And then he would just
I'm sorry, what's your first name again? Becky. So, Lauren, look at, that's my wife, Lauren. That's her older sister. That's her brother. That's her younger sister. What? That's the whole, and that's the kids.
That's the kid down there. The boys are.
He's her son.
Her son.
I don't have
He's an ex-Marine guy.
I thought maybe they would.
I wanted him to wear a uniform today, but he has to shave his beard to do that. So he would stop at our house because he was stationed in California.
Yeah, we're
I don't know.
picking on
I'm
that.
gonna take that home. Thank you very much. Can I borrow your glasses? Are you getting other There's the world famous Kazuki place you order now for a hat out of the oven.
Now you a video fest? You say you're doing some work with video?
Yeah, I'm in school for 3D animation and design, so I gave them CGI, video games, stuff to see movies and everything.
Can I ask you to hold my camera and film just a minute then? Because the last guy I gave it to shut it off instead of filming. So
Yeah, I got you.
it's already running.
All right.
It's already running, so I thought what I might do, if it's okay with you all, since I got to know you a little bit, I thought I'd sing you a couple little songs. and this is in honor of Lloyd Rogers, because he would appreciate both these songs.
My section's been a mess
One
literally all
I
day. I
used to
think
sing to all my
mad at me.
students
So
when
just
I
give me
taught
just a
school.
few and I'll get you your drinks,
And
okay?
I taught advanced government and American history. And so I sang this song here because it was written by Earl Travis, who was from Muhlenberg County. And Tennessee Ernie Ford sang it and made it popular. So when I'd go into my classes for the first time, I would look them in the eye and I'd say, now I'm going to sing this song for you. Then I'd jump up on top of the desk. I won't do that here. Well, my former students can tell you about it, but the song goes something like this. I was born diddles and rain. Fighting and trouble was my middle name. I was raised in a Cambridge valley. Old mama line, there ain't no home to come home.
Salad ranch? I got salad ranch on the side.
Some people say a man is made out of mud.
Ranch on the side, hot salad ranch on the side, right there.
Muscle
And
and
then,
blood
what's that
and
one?
skin and bones. A mind
Blue
that's
cheese.
weak and a back that's strong. You look
Blue cheese right there.
What did you get?
My pleasure.
Another day
Right, so it's
over
just-
and Peter is dead. San Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go out my soul to the company store. Now this is the point I always pointed out to my students. There's 50 minutes in this class. 40 of the minutes are mine, 10 minutes are yours. Don't mess with mine and I won't mess with yours. Then I'd look them in the eye and I'd say, if you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't and a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You look 16,000. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. San Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go out my soul to the company store. Now, to the ladies that are here, all of you are beautiful. And you know what I'm going to sing next. All of you are beautiful. I am so beautiful. And Billy Preston wrote a song and sang it the first time in his mother's little church. The first time he sang it. He sang it to God. But it was made popular by a love song by a fellow by the name of who? All over the world, Joe Cocker. Sang it as a love song. But to you ladies today, Lloyd Rodgers. I know he would say the same thing. He would look you in the eye and say, are you ready? You are so beautiful.
I wanted Sam to sing that, have this play.
You are so beautiful. Me, can't you see? You're everything I hope for. You're everything I need.
Spencer, someday you need to ask Steve all the places, all the musicians he went and saw.
Yeah.
Every single one that you've ever
You are so beautiful.
as opposed to 300 now.
It's more like 6.
600.
That's for a 3-day music festival.
That's right. God bless you all. It's nice to be here with you today.
Thank you. That was really good.
Well, for an old country boy.
I wasn't bad at all.
80 years old and still plugging. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
I wish I still taught government in school.
Well, I tried to teach it the best I could. I'd have to say that the Lord led me to be
I didn't have any problem.
to give Julian Carroll his first speaking engagement in Northern Kentucky at Beverly Hills Supper Club. And who was that night? Organized teachers from all across Northern Kentucky supporting Bert T. Combs for governor for education. And Bert Combs didn't win, but he later helped me start Kentuckians for Better Schools. And I worked for schools to get them to be better and increase teachers' salaries my entire life. And I think I did pretty good because I only made $6,000 a year teaching full-time and another $300 to be the head track coach at Erlanger Lloyd. But today, the average teacher salary is about $46,000 a year, and it's going to be, and it's still low, but it's going to be raised quite a bit by the legislature this year when they meet. How do I know that? Because several of them I've supported. and I think they're going to give teachers a pretty good raise this year. That's right, get more teachers that way. And in 1975, I won an award from the Kentucky Education Association as being the outstanding, not teacher, but the outstanding citizen in the state promoting public education. And I was very proud of that.
You weren't even supposed to be able to walk by there.
And still am proud of it today because even though there's a lot of things I don't agree with my Democratic friends, I was a Democrat all the time of my early life until 1960. Actually, I knew him in the 70s, in the beginning.
Let's see how well that
and he was a great promoter for conservative ideas, and a lot of them I agreed with. I'm very pro-life.
I believe. Have you ever? I just watched this show.
I'm an old Democrat, and I ran for United States Senator against Rand Paul, and I dropped out of the race because my wife had to have her fourth major surgery. And she was in the hospital over 280 days
because
altogether.
I had to go to bed early.
And so I dropped out. He called me up, Rand Paul did, and he said, "John, said, will you come and sing for me?"
So,
yeah.
but I couldn't
And will you support me? And I said, well, as long as my wife can handle it health-wise, I said, I'll come. And I did, and my wife and I gave him a Bible for his victory, and was inscribed United States Senator on it. And you know, he wrote me back a handwritten note, and he said he had used the Bible to be sworn in on to the United States Senate. And a handwritten note, I still have that note. And he's been a friend ever since. Him and Lloyd have been friends. And
did you see the
and
show?
they knew that I was someone that could call that would help them promote good things.
My iPad because I thought, well, I'm just going to.
I was served as Ford, Carol, and Ginger's
so then I went to bed and
chairman when they ran.
In the bedroom and I sat
And Louis Nunn was a good friend. And he helped us get to four-year college. I had to say that we were good friends.
Smart for themselves that they're crazy.
And
it's like they're just
but those are some of the things in my history as education.
You taught government what?
Taught government and American history. I taught the very first black history course in a public school in Kentucky.
They don't teach that.
In 1969 at Jessamine County High School.
Most kids don't know one of the three branches of government.
No, I know.
It's terrible.
I'll go down here and talk to my nephews a little bit.
Okay.
I don't get to see them much.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here with you. Where we spent a wonderful evening here with Lloyd Rogers and his family, friends, and had a wonderful meal and lost my little Simon Kenton ring. So, Lord, if you can help me, help the people here find it and give me a call back, I'd be most appreciative. Hate to lose that, having had it since 1961. So, but sometimes those things just happen in life. On my little pinky finger. God bless you and have a great evening. 859-750-0000. Let's see what they got on.
Last Sunday. Last Sunday. That's not like a season away. God says, have you developed a habit of being generous? I want to see if you've developed this.
Well, they were generous tonight and wonderful to us, listening to WIOK 107.5 FM on the radio dial here, and leaving now, headed back to home and Miss June, and try to give my little sister Judy a call, another retired teacher. Give her a call. She taught in 5 different states, and bless her heart, and very, very injured now by an auto accident that happened several years ago with some people that were on drugs and being chased by the police, and ran into her car and left her with many bones broken and took part of her sight, and it's just been a terrible rehabilitation time for her for several years. So keep your Judy Lynn Felty Stephenson in your prayers. God bless you all, and God bless my wife, Miss June Guyman Stephenson, and all of the Guyman family. Popovich was there tonight, who's a part of that Guyman family. Glad to hear from him. God bless them all. We had a good time talking about old times and singing and having fun. And that's the way that Lloyd would have had it, Lloyd Rogers. In heaven now, along with my friend Darius Beach, Army veteran from Vietnam. And Lloyd was the Navy, and my brother Gerald was the Army of Korea. So, and Brother Jay Brandner, who's gone on to heaven, was World War II. So we had them from all groups, including June's father was World War II, Andy Guyman, and his 4 brothers. They all were veterans. God bless you all, and thanks for watching tonight on our YouTube at Travels with Dr. John Stephenson. Don't forget to look at our history tapes and our trip to Europe in 8 countries. God bless you and have a great day. And Lloyd Rogers, we sing one last song. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. I'm glad you are my friend. God bless you, Lloyd Rogers. And God bless you and watch over you on your trip to heaven. 859-750-0000. Forsaken. www.godsbiz.com and www.forgottenson.com. Email small j small s 750-0000 @gmail.com. And that's www.begotten.son.com. That's what the correct address there. Thank you now.
Tri-State Gospel, WIOK, Falmouth, Cincinnati. 570 Southern Kentucky Gospel, WIDS, Russell Springs, Jamestown.
And don't forget, Post Office Box 50, Falmouth, Kentucky, 41040 zip code. Gil and Jan Hammond. 2 educators, one graduate from a retirement from Northern Kentucky University, and the other one retirement from the Kentucky Education Association and Beechwood High School, and Assistant Superintendent of Education for Kentucky. Both of them stewards of Tri-State Gospel, the Christian radio station out of Falmouth, Kentucky, Post Office Box 50, 41040 zip code. And prayer warriors for all veterans and educators. Red, yellow, brown, black, and white, they're all precious in Jesus' sight. In case the camera didn't quite work for my singing My Old Kentucky Home for Lloyd Rogers today, and we missed part of it, I'd like to sit here in front of the old Independence Courthouse in Kenton County, Kentucky, where Bill Straw and John Blackburn gave me the history of Kentucky and Kenton County. Bill Straw, who invented the aristocratic pear tree, as the flag for Kentucky and America, waved thoroughly in front of the newly redone historic courthouse, and by the veterans flag and memorial on the left, to sing for you my old Kentucky home, that goes like this, in honor of Lloyd Rogers and all the other veterans, including Darius Beach, and my brothers Gerald, Stephenson from the Korean conflict, Darius Beach from the Vietnam conflict, and with the Navy, Lloyd Rogers, former judge of Campbell County. The great Popovich is there tonight, a great part of the Guyman family, in the Guyman-Keller family in Campbell County. And the song goes like this. And don't forget Andy Guyman and all the other Guymans that were veterans of World War II. And my brother-in-law Jay Brander, World War II, on the ship USS Swanee in the Battle of Leyte Gulf. Lost his best friend there, Johnny Bianco. And the song goes like this. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children at play. The corn top's ripe, and the meadows are in bloom, and the birds make music all the day. Weep no more, my ladies, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Oh, the children roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door, then my old Kentucky home says good night. Weep no more, my ladies, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. For my old Kentucky home, far away. God bless you, Lloyd Rogers and Darius Beach, and all the other veterans from all the families in America and in Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. Be with them all. Be with all of them their safe trip home to San Diego with the family of Lloyd Rogers. God bless you and have a great day. John Stephenson here, former Superintendent of Education, Commonwealth of Kentucky. God bless you. Join us on YouTube under Travels with Dr. John Stephenson and June Guyman Stephenson. Bless her heart. The smartest move I ever made, other than giving my life to the Lord in 1956 at a Billy Graham crusade, where I learned the lesson. It's the Holy Spirit's job to convict. It's God's job to judge. It's my job to love. Little Judy and I went home and was baptized. I in the Licking River and her in Visalia Baptist Church, from the Little Kenton Baptist Church, that our mother and father were deacon and piano player. God bless you all. Have a great day. 859-750-0000, www.begottensson.com, www.godsbiz.com, and www.jstephenson.com. Our email address, j, s, 750-0000 @gmail.com. God bless you and have a great day. Post Office Box 50, Falmouth, Kentucky. Tri-State Gospel, 41040 zip code. God bless you.